I asked that question because that leads to another question, which led to my rant yesterday, which led to, I don't know why you guys have to do this. I'm not specifically speaking about you.
Oh, no, okay.
But I don't know why one game totally leads to a narrative that, fits whoever supports that team at the time. Or not even that, because they're neutral saying the same thing. And the reason why I have a problem with this is because I think it's unfair to the other goalkeepers that perform well on a week-to-week basis. And just because these people don't watch those goalkeepers on a week-to-week basis, they don't really know what they're doing. And it's crazy because I think that there's another goalkeeper in the league that has been performing better than
De Gea. If you're going to say De Gea is not the best goalkeeper in the league right now.
Okay, well, after yesterday, social media took to a storm, and they were, giving him the belt
I'll stand here and say I disagree with both of you guys.
The undisputed best goalkeeper in the world.
I will take De Gea over Alisson and Ederson.
Oh,
okay, well, Ederson's not in the conversation.
Okay, maybe he might not be as good of a passer with his feet. He might not do what the wild shit that Alisson does, but I will take David De Gea every day over Alisson.
But I think I was more. That wasn't
nothing to do with the feet.
That wasn't where I was
positionally
going.
As a shot stopper with his mind in the game too, because to me that counts a lot. You don't see him make very many mistakes. I watch Alisson on a week-to-week basis. I watch him make a ton of mistakes, shit that he just doesn't get caught on.
That's not a mistake.
No, he gets bailed. You haven't seen half of them.
I was actually going down the road of De Gea this year is not the best goalkeeper in the EPL.
I'll still take him.
Statistically, Alisson trumps him in every.
Yeah, he's got like 13 clean sheets.
Every significant, madness. But even in terms of saves, and in terms of goals that prevent other sides from winning games and from taking points, he trumps him.
I'm still taking what David De Gea has done for United over the last X amount of years.
No, but I'm just talking about
that puts him ahead
this season.
For me, I'm still taking him.
In terms of what he's produced this year, I think this year has been his poorest year at United.
Sure, all of United has been shit this year.
Yeah,
that's unfair to compare him to a team who's defensively the best team in the league. That's a little unfair to do.
But that goes to my point: is that he can't be great a few days ago or yesterday.
No, I think he's still good. He's still great.
No, but he can't be great. He can't be the best goalkeeper yesterday with that same defense. But when it's not working for him and that same defense is in front of him, it's the defense, because the same defense was in front of him yesterday.
It doesn't help him. That still doesn't. If you were to swap roles, it would be any different. If you were to put Alisson in United squad, would it be any different? That totally skews the numbers. That would skew the numbers. Would it not?
I could look to Roma last year.
He didn't propel them to any greatness.
They would not be where they made it to the Champions League semifinal.
Yeah, okay. He made one crazy save against Shakhtar. I remember that. I was like, holy shit! I don't know how he made that save.
And Roma should have never finished where they finished last year if it wasn't for him.
It wasn't solely based on him. That was a whole thing.
I don't know.
Listen, Roma's leaking goals like crazy.
Because they replaced them with a pretty decent goalkeeper in Olsen, and
Olsen's okay. Olsen is nowhere. Olsen's not in the top 5 in that league.
But that's my point. Is that they replaced him, and look at the drop off.
And then if you take Sergio Romero and put him in net, and what do you think is going to happen against Spurs? That's the equivalent. Sergio Romero is almost the equivalent.
Olsen's better. Olsen's much better than Sergio Romero.
Not by a huge stretch.
I would like to say that he's better than by a huge stretch. I'd like to say he's better than by quite a distance.
My point still stands. When you take a top 3 goalie in the world and you replace him with somebody who's not on that level, you're gonna start leaking goals. The reality of your defense is now gonna take shape.
I don't think Olsen is that far off.
I still think that if you swap Alisson and put him on United, and you put David De Gea and you put him on Liverpool, that David De Gea would have the exact same or better numbers.
We're gonna pull up some Roma games from last season.
Go right ahead.
Put it right on that TV.
Right on there.
You're more than welcome. I watched Roma in the back half of the season.
You see. he was a huge difference maker and all of that.
And I'm not denying that.
But that goes to my point, is that I could make a very good case that Alisson has been better than De Gea for 18 to 24 months.
You can make that case. It's not going to change my mind.
So how long could you be inferior to another goalkeeper and still be the best goalkeeper in the world?
But you're
2 years, 2 seasons isn't enough?
My point stands as if you were to swap them, you would not see a difference.
Based on what we've seen from De Gea this season, De Gea plays for Spain. And he makes mistakes on a game-to-game basis.
Alisson plays for Brazil and makes mistakes on... Okay, go back and watch. Watch how many mistakes he really makes.
Nope. And I'm
He's
talking
not one of the best central defenders in front of him right now in the whole world.
And when I'm talking about Ramos and Piqué are no slouches.
Okay.
And he's in the and he's
not gonna change my mind.
And he makes some bad mistakes. And when I mean mistakes, I mean game-defining mistakes. Like goal-defining mistakes.
It's not going to change my mind.
That's fine. It doesn't have to change your mind. But when we have the statistics there that actually matter, I'm not looking at clean sheets or...
And last season, go look at the Opta stats that said for every X amount of goals that all the other goalies made, David De Gea made like 10 to 12 saves.
Alisson's was still higher.
Not last year. No chance. Yeah. Go look at those Opta stats. I remember retweeting that at one point, that he had the highest average off the Opta stats based off the saves that he was making. Based off the saves, the shot attempts that he was facing on net, he should have made like 60.
This season,
I'm saying last season.
Okay, last season,
that's what I was talking about.
Last season, Alisson conceded 28 league goals last season. 28 for Roma with Costa, Manolas, and who's their center back?
You're also talking about a different quality of teams that you're facing on a week-to-week basis.
Costa, Manolas.
We've not denied that week in and week out here.
Yeah, Fazio, but based on Ops to XG data for the shots on target he's faced, the average goalkeeper would have been expected to concede 36 goals. That was the biggest differential by a Serie A goalkeeper in 2017.
Okay, that's fine.
And in the Premier League, it's the same thing this season.
I'm not denying.
So that's consistency with 2 different backlines.
I'm not denying this season.
Moving to a different league.
Last season it was De Gea
De Gea's been bad. Premier League. De Gea's been bad for all of. He's been pretty average for all of 2018.
But he had the higher Opta stats in the Premier League. The same stats that you're using to defend Alisson.
That is an indictment on the league.
Okay.
That is an indictment on the league.
That's just awesome. I found that funny.
That's an indictment on the league.
Okay.
And I don't know if De Gea is better than Oblak.
I think Oblak's one of the top 3 best goalies in the league.
But I don't think he's better than him
in the world. Sorry.
And he's
somebody that gets overlooked by everybody.
And De Gea makes the same. If De Gea has made the same amount of mistakes, if not more, in 2018 than Ter Stegen.
You're gonna so go look at all the highlight footage and compile how many what you consider a mistake.
I'm just saying
Alisson coming out to the past the 20-yard box and clearing a ball that he almost mishits is a mistake to me. Okay, even though he saves himself because athletically he can, David De Gea doesn't put himself in those positions, which I think is important. But that's something maybe I overlook that somebody else doesn't.
Did you play keeper as a kid?
No, I didn't.
I don't think that's not that significant. As long as you're not put in that situation where it does lead to a goal, you're fine.
I think the moniker of the goalie has changed now, and people are expecting a lot out of a goalie.
Well, no. Well, if De Gea's not good with his feet, he's not going to move 20. He's not going to go 20 yards out.
I personally don't want my keeper outside the 18-yard box.
But I'm just saying.
So you're old school in that terms.
I want my goalie to stop the shots.
That's you. So you don't care if. And I agree with you.
But Alisson's been a better shot stopper than for over 2 years. So how many years are we going to give him a pass
for? Not last season in the Prem. In the Serie A, okay.
He's been a better shot stopper than him for 2 years.
But not in the Prem.
2 years.
The Prem stats showed David De Gea.
2 years. And then
those same Opta stats.
And then one average, because they're both average sides, Roma and Manchester United. And both of those goalkeepers are both significant to their teams. Yeah,
undisputably, of course.
And one was much farther than the other. Roma's should not be going farther than Champions than Manchester United.
And United should have placed second last year in the Prem. Well, he put them in second. We can't really deny that. How many games did he steal for them last season? We're going to completely overlook that.
Well,
They're in sixth
I could
this
say this. I
season.
could say the same thing for Roma finishing third, and that's
They're in
because
sixth this season.
and that's because Napoli had a historic run, and Juve were great.
They're in sixth this season. Everybody's killing them on a week-to-week basis. And last year they finished second. In a time where he stole countless goals.
Chelsea were awful. Arsenal were awful. Spurs were awful.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Liverpool were 20 points worse than they were last season.
Okay.
It goes both ways. I'm just saying that you can't one goalkeeper can't be better than another goalkeeper for 18 to 24 months and not be considered better than the other.
For me, I'm taking David De Gea every day of the week.
And based on and if you're basing it off this season, David De Gea has besides this one game has not put himself in any glory. And he's not made the amount of saves that elite shot stoppers should make.
You know,
He has the same amount of clean sheets as Joe Hart, who is playing in front of probably the second worst defense in the league in Burnley.
You know what's funny this week? One of these guys is going to just let in a howler.
That's fine.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
That's totally fine.
Oh, and I'm going to rip him.
That's totally.
I'm waiting for that.
That's totally fine. But I'm not going to sit here and off one game.
I'm not going off one game.
Totally propel the important stats that define who is a better goalkeeper than the other. Because stats do matter in some.
That's fine.
In a certain regard. And if we ignore those stats, then what's the point? The eye test doesn't tell me much. It does help to a certain degree, but it's not the whole story. But we put some pity on De Gea because Phil Jones and Smalling and Lindelof are in front of him, and because Mourinho was there. But I look at the same goalkeeper that plays for Spain, and one of the reasons why Spain haven't really, there are a lot of reasons why Spain haven't been doing well, but he has definitely been one of the key reasons that his performance level, when he plays in front of when a better defense plays in front of him, he ain't doing much either. His 2018 has been terrible. So that one game isn't going to change anything.
Brazil didn't propel themselves much further.
I'm not gonna kill Alisson for an own goal and Kevin De Bruyne firing a shot from no one's saving that Kevin De Bruyne shot. So I'm not gonna kill him for that. I'm not gonna kill him for the own goal.
But you're making it seem like he's gonna make that much of a difference is what your point is coming across.
There's some of those goals that De Gea has let in throughout his Spanish career. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of near posts. A lot of howlers. Can't go both ways for him.
Hey, it doesn't change my opinion.
That's cool. I'm not here, but the stats show who's been the better goalkeeper. And a lot of people that, I'm not including you in this, but a lot of people that are saying De Gea is undoubtedly because Alisson had one good season, didn't watch him in Serie A last season. So that's a bit unfair. There's been no drop off from last season and this season, where there has been a drop off from De Gea last season or 2 seasons ago to what he is now. So that's why I was kind of hoping that Ali and them could actually hit the right part of the net.
I mean, should have.
You know,
there's too many shots right at him.
No, I'm not going to go that route. But I just want to know what is the time span between when we get to dethrone someone off. Because for the players, it's 6 months or to a year. If Messi has an off year, then everything kind of changes.
Depends who you're talking to.